Welcome back for the Mobile Gaming Fanatics. I'm MyTyme, this is Top Drives, and today we're going to be looking at not only the next prize car in the Tri-Series, but also we're going to touch on a few things such as resource management. So let's jump straight in and look at the events. We can see that the next prize car is a McLaren. It's the McLaren Senna qualifiers, meaning that the McLaren will be the prize car in the finals. Now if we jump in and have a little look at the McLaren itself, the first thing we're going to know is that if it's a McLaren prize car, it's going to be a good car, and it's no surprise that we have a very strong car as the prize car for this event, and I'll explain why it's no surprise in just a moment. But this is the car, okay? Great exhibition driver's choice tags. It's got 97 handling the stock, which is absolutely phenomenal. 2.70 to 60, 208 top speed. Just a beautiful car all round, and it's aesthetically pleasing as well. It's gorgeous, isn't it? So this car would be great. I'd love to have it in my garage. However, how am I going to get it into my garage? Well, let's have a look at the qualifiers and take a little bit more time on this than I normally would, just to break down a few points. So the qualifiers, we can see here the requirements are 2010 to 2014 cars, which are 5-seaters plus. So first of all, we can buy packs, okay? We can buy packs which have this specific requirement, carbon fiber packs, to improve our chances in this qualifiers. Normally I don't bother with these at all. I don't think it's worth it for the qualifiers, and I'm going to say the same here, but there is a slight caveat with it. If we come back and we have a look at the actual prizes, the packs up for grabs this time are European Revolution packs. Now the only way you've been able to get these in the game so far is everyone got a free ceramic pack when the latest update was dropped, and you could purchase 2 special European carbon fiber packs. Apart from that, you can't buy these packs or anything like that so far. You just have to rely on your luck to get a car which has an ER tag, either from a prize board, being rare or uncommon or common, or by praying that you get one from a regular ceramic pack or a carbon fiber pack or anything like that. So purchasable, only been 2 packs. Now that means winning these carbon fiber packs, they have a greater value now than most of the other packs in the game, because it's been so limited to their introduction so far. Now yes, you're going to be able to purchase them when the final comes. When the final comes, under buy cars, there'll be a special pack which is going to have the European Revolution tag. Clearly they are going to be used in the final. However, it is going to be behind a bit of a paywall. We have to acknowledge that, because it's a new update, they are going to put it behind a paywall. It's going to kind of come down to whoever can buy the most packs has got the best chance of getting the best cars for the final, and therefore getting the McLaren. Hence why the McLaren is such a good price car, and that's why it's been offered, because it's to encourage more people, in my opinion, to purchase those packs. That's just what's going to happen when new tags etc are released and new updates with cars. So that is where we are. I don't know if I'm going to be getting too involved in that yet or not. What I do know is that we can see all the cars here for prize cars as well are European Revolution cars. There's not just one. We've got Di Tommaso, we've got a Peugeot, we've got a Spiker. So the good news is they're not focusing on one brand, so it's obviously going to be just a tag in the final. The first 4 are all rear-wheel drives. The Peugeot is a front-wheel drive. So looks like there's not going to be an emphasis on rain either. So what can you start doing to give yourself the best chance for the final? Well, what I'd recommend people to do is to go to your garage. You can go down to collections and tags, and you can click on the European Revolution, and you can start working on these cars using your resources, which is why I mentioned resource management before, to work on these cars. Now resource management is one of the key things to progressing in the game. As we can see here, I don't have a lot of resources left in terms of cash at the moment, partly, well, mainly actually down to the opening of all those ceramic packs, but I do have quite a lot of cars in terms of to do upgrades with, especially the super rares. So I've been stockpiling some of those that I can work on these cars for the final. So the Cosworth is finished, okay? Ignore these stats because I haven't put the last little bit of cash into maxing them out, fully upgrading them, but they no longer need any fuse cars into it. So that is finished. The Guerrera here is almost finished. The Volvo is almost done. I finished the Pantera. So I have a few cars which will be ready to use in the final should they meet the requirements. So we already know that this Di Tommaso will be available because it's one of the cars up for grabs in the qualifiers as a prize. Now there's a few other cars here as well that I want to work on and have worked on, because I think that the Volvo is going to be useful potentially in the future as a standard tyre car. I think that the Peugeot 207 is a really good handling. It should be a nice little city street semi-slalomy kind of car for a cheapish RQ, and I also think that the Peugeot E208, which I'll be working on, is going to be a half decent cheap alternative for city streets with those standard tyres. So a few other cars I'm still going to work and finish on the Donkerford S7 as well. It's going to be a light car, again handling, nimble, karting circuits, etc. So I'm going to work on a few of these cars, not that I think they're all going to be useful in the final, but to prepare me potentially for the final and for future events, because as I mentioned before, they're obviously going to play on this European Revolution tag in the near future, because it is the new tag. So working on those cars is not going to be a bad thing. Now if we come into the McLaren, realistically I can't get in the top 10. My team isn't good enough, so my aim is going to be to get in the top 50, try and get the ceramic pack, hope I can get a good addition to the team. There's only 4 hours left. I'm not going to go crazy, okay? I'm not going to go crazy working on cars here. I'll show you the cars I've got available. This is the team I'm currently running with. Yes, I could work on the BMW X3 to bring in there. I could max out the Impreza or the BMW 750. Not interested, okay? I'm kind of working with what I've already got here. And just to show you, I've got a non-maxed out Raptor, which if I did max out would increase my chances of definitely getting the top 50 and trying to progress to the top 10. I've got the GMC maxed out. I've got a just non-maxed out, just 1.3 DS Numero 9. I've got the maxed out RS 500 and the maxed out M6 Grand Coupe. And just a quick note on these two cars. In my opinion, these cars have been elevated in their status within the game and within your garage, in theory, since this update. Because the RS 500, for example, still has the medium ground clearance tag. Now, if we compare this car to, say, the Honda Civic and the BMW 440i, which lost their medium ground clearance tags and went down to low, they were city street kind of cars where people use them for. They've gone the RS 500 now. If you don't have one, it now becomes a car that you really do need to keep and build beforehand. For example, you might say, it's okay, I've got the Civic, they do kind of the same things. I've got the Renault Megane, does the same kind of thing. With that reduction of potential cars that are good on those circuits, it elevates the use of a car like this in this pack and in this since this patch. And I kind of think the same thing here with the Grand Coupe. Yes, I've got to do one more into the weight to finish it off, but you get an idea. 3.20 to 60, 91 hand in medium ground clearance. It's going to be a really solid. It was already a really good city streets car, solid medium ground clearance BMW car. Now I think it just has a little bit more emphasis on making it even more valuable to max out. So I was happy to almost finish maxing that out as well. So I'm going to finish that one off, and then we come in here and let's just have a quick look. So as you can see, we've got some gravel, bit of rain, and yeah, here we go. RS's Grand Coupe. No surprise, the Audi here still having the medium ground clearance. Oh no, it's got down to low. Sorry, apologies. Yeah, apologies, that's not the one I was thinking of. But yeah, you're going to see a lot of people using very similar cars here. The RS 500 becoming a pretty key car. The Raptor would also be fairly decent to have. So what am I going to do? Well, I am going to try and see if I can get in the top 50. That would be the aim here. Don't want to spend many of my resources on it, because as I just go through and do this, it's going to be tight. I think I might win this just. Yeah, I don't want to be spending my resources on these cards at the moment because I don't have many left. But. Yeah, that was a loss. Yeah, but if I am going to get into the top 50, I'm going to have to try and pick out the right people and try and get that special ceramic pack. Now, there's probably not a lot of point for most people spending too much, well, any, I suppose, in some respect, money on, so let me do it this way, on ceramic packs, just regular ceramic packs, and that, trying to hope to get the European Revolution tagged cars, because there are so few in comparison to the number of cars in total. When you think there's over 2,000 cars in the game, and you know your chances of actually getting an ultra rare car, and then the chance of getting one which has the ER tag, or an epic car which has the ER tag, etc., they're pretty low. So I wouldn't go buying ceramic packs or anything with the hope of getting those cars. It is going to be pretty difficult. Okay, so if you can do anything, best bet is just to go for the actual packs. Okay, go for the special ER packs when they come out. Save up for those. Don't worry about using all your cash or your gold to just buy normal packs, hoping to get that little bit of luck and actually pull out. Let me see if this works. This is going to work. I'm actually pulling out a. I think I've done this wrong. Sorry guys. Bear me 1 second. I actually do want to try and win this. I don't want to have too many defeats if possible, because I'm going to struggle. I'm going to struggle with the top 50 here. Definitely 100%. My team isn't good. It's like it's okay to give me a chance of making it look like I can actually finish in that top 50 role, which you can see it's going to be tight. Just want to try and get that European Revolution pack if possible. So that's what's going on at the moment. We do have other events going. We've got the Maserati Prestige event, the Arctic Storm, and again, if you're working on other cars for things such as 2010's, this finals, any of these kind of special event finals, you will then eventually work on cars which can help you in other events. Now the Maserati one, I do have quite a few Italian cars done here. There is a very good chance if I played this event for the next 4 or so hours pretty on, I can probably sneak top 10, because I think I was in top 10 in this for a little while. Is top 10 going to be particularly useful? It's a ceramic pack. It's a ceramic pack. I mean, I take it. I'm not going to be too disappointed if I don't get it, but there's a chance. See, here we go. There is a chance we could get something really good from it. There is a chance. There's always a chance when there's wonderful ceramic packs. Always a chance. So from that perspective, I should probably pay a bit more attention to events like this, kind of ones where I don't have to do too much and I'm still there or thereabouts, if that makes sense. You can see here, it's not a well attended event. You'll see by the number of races people. Look at that. I'm 8 for 4. Looking at the top 10s, 34-41. Lars is trying quite hard to stay in here. 13 for 7, 15 for 10. The top ones doing a bit more. There's not loads of people playing this event, kind of what I would say hard, like they do with the McLaren qualifiers, for example. Lots more people playing in here. Lower down you can see people with 50 to 60, 70, some of them races done so far. People trying to do well. It's a lot easier to snipe in these kind of little events, get a little cheeky ceramic pack here and there, so that's what I'm going to try and do. Just for another kind of point just to make before we end the video, I have got the yellow bird. Okay, I did complete the yellow bird. I do apologise for not doing it on camera, but it is in the garage. What that means now, for those of you who are close to completing the yellow bird or have completed the yellow bird, when you still get the prestige points, you can use it to come and farm cars. And by farm cars, what I mean is, once you've completed all the tracks, yes, you've got the first time prizes, but they show you here you do have an opportunity of getting 1 of 3 cars each time you race and win. And in fact, you can see there are ultra rare cars up for grabs. So for people, if you have your extra renown points for now, while there's not much else to do with them, rather than saving them up to the 1,000 and then having them overflow, to try and farm out. You have a 1 in 10 chance, for example, getting this Porsche 924, which is going to be the first car I'm going to try and get. I could really do that with that being in my garage. Extremely useful car. You can go for the Mazda if you want to. BMW standard tyres, the Jag. None of these are too crucial at the moment. The Mito, I've not bothered with. It's been reduced to a low ground clearance now. It was medium for a while, which made it kind of a useful little car. I might go for it because I'm trying to work on my Italian decks. That's a car you can think about farming. The TVR, if you need a little British drag car, you can think about farming. The Z4, I don't find it as useful. Same with the Nissan, because it's 4-wheel drive, not it goes up to like 92 handling. If you haven't got one, you can get one because it is kind of useful in some of the Japanese events, but I don't find much use for it out of there. The DS, I don't think is too useful. And then back down here, now the Ford Mustang 2.3 has been elevated again since the Ford Mustang Boss is now down to low ground clearance. This one still has the medium ground clearance tag, so having one of those in your garage isn't too bad. So yeah, you got 1 in 10 chance you can farm. Good way to try and farm yourself an ultra rare car. Yes, it's going to take a while. Obviously, it's not an ultra rare you're going to be picking up one a week doing it, but it is still another way to get not only fused cars, but also to collect 1 or 2 of those cars for your garage. So that is where we are at the moment. I said my resources are pretty low. I'm intrigued just to see what the next part is for the prelims of the McLaren, and it's going to be interesting to see what cars they want. Hopefully I'm going to have a decent selection, which is going to enable me to push myself into the top 10 to try and get that special European Revolution carbon fiber pack as a reward. If I can't, well, no problems. We'll have to see if we're going to actually attack the packs when they come out in the store. It's probably also going to depend on my bracket fractionally, so got that to look forward to. Anyway, thank you for watching, everyone. Let me know how your European Revolution garage is coming and what you think about these finals. Are you going to be trying to go for the McLaren, or are you just going to wait and just let time build your garage up for you with that tag rather than going pack crazy? Be interested to see what you will think. Anyway, good luck with your last few hours. I will be back once we have a bit more information on the prelims. So until then, enjoy the rest of your weekend. See you all soon.